Hello, my dear children. Here I am ready with the next chapter. My previous chapter was First World War, and this is Rise of Dictatorship. So, in this chapter, we will study about two heroes, Mussolini and Hitler. You know Hitler well, I think. So, I have divided it into two parts. In first part, we will study about Mussolini, and in the second part, we will study about Hitler. So let's begin with the lesson, my dear. Dictatorship. What is the meaning of dictatorship? First, we should know that dictatorship means where there is a person who rules over the whole country and he puts up his own laws and regulations, and people are forced to follow that. There is no other way. But thank God, my dear children, in India we have democracy. You know the meaning of democracy? Democracy means that we have the power to vote, and a person gets the majority, and who wins the election rules over the people with our will and wish. That's good. But democracy is not good. In Hindi we say tanasa sarkar. It's not good. One single man rule over the country, and people, citizens are forced to follow that particular ruler. And what do you think? What happened after First World? Do you start that the government was very good? Democracy started? Yeah, listen, start from here. In the decade after First World, a decade means 10 years. You have studied in maths. One decade is equal to 10 years. So after First World War, within 10 years, there was democracy started, but it didn't lasted long. You can see here, it didn't lasted long. And what started? Totalitarian dictatorship started. Where it started? It started in Russia, Italy, Germany and Spain. Totalitarian dictatorship means, I have already told you that dictatorship means where there is one ruler and you citizens are forced to obey that particular ruler. Totalitarian means he is the only owner of the particular state and the total area covers that ruler. And we have to follow the citizens have to follow that what the rulers remarked, what the ruler says. Here in Russia, Italy, Germany and Spain, the democracy started, and these totalitarian countries were quite similar in their outlooks. Here the ruler used to dictate and the people were forced to follow what the rules and regulations were made by them. And that dictators refused to follow the rules and regulations of League of Nations. You know, really, this League of Nations was established in 1920, and what was the aim of this League of Nations? Aim of the League of Nations was to maintain peace, was to maintain harmony in the country, but nobody follows. The dictatorship didn't follow. These dictators didn't follow League of Nations. They just wanted to do what they want. Even you know the Americans who made this League of Nations themselves, they were not the members of League of Nations, and it was not so powerful nation. Nobody followed this nation. And what was the motto? The motto was that everything for the state, everything within the state and nothing outside the state. That what they will do within the state, the citizens have to do. The thing they will have to do for their state only. And that this is good, I think. Here it's good. But dictatorship is not good. And you know, during this period, many peoples have dissatisfaction regarding democracy and favored dictatorship. Fascism. What is the meaning of fascism? Fascism, the word fascism means unity. It's an Italian word derived from fascico. You can see here this is the symbol of fascism. It is a bundle of a stick bound with an axe, and this symbolizes the unity, authority of Roman officials to punish wrongdoers. Yes, it was made that these officials used to put it as a badge on their uniform. And what was their work? To punish the wrongdoers. Dictatorship where the powerful of the state vested in one man only. You know that what is the meaning of this? State is vested on one man only. One man only means the one man has the whole power to control over the whole country. And here who is the one man? Mussolini is the one man. Here Mussolini is preparing to take over the control of Italy. Mussolini is making plan to attack Rome. Rome is the capital of Italy. Here Mussolini is ready with 40,000. It is not written in the book. Just listen as I am saying. Mussolini was ready with 40,000 army to attack Italy. Now here, Rome. Now here the king of Rome was very afraid king. He when he came to know that Mussolini is coming with his army, he gave Mussolini a message that no Mussolini, please don't attack on us. I am ready to give you Rome, hand over you Rome without any controversies. Controversies means कोई षड्यंत्र मत रचो, बिना किसी मतलब के मैं तुम्हें रोम देने को तैयार हूँ. So you can here see that Mussolini, the threatened what Mussolini has made, the fear what Mussolini has spread all over, that the king of Rome, without any hesitation, without any fight, without any war, gave him Rome. So easily he got the Rome, the capital of Italy, and he became the governor. He became the king of Italy. Now, causes of the rise of fascism. Why fascism spread? Why fascism is spread? There are many causes. We will do one by one. Here Mussolini had made promises with the other countries. Here discontentment after the Treaty of Versailles. This Treaty of Versailles was made after the end of First World War. Why this was made? This was made for the compensation of the war, and Italy was group of one of the winning party. Italy has won the war. You know that Allies power. Italy was one of in the Allies power, and Central power lost the war, and Italy was the winning party. So according to the winning, there was a promises done by Italy that if we win the war, you will be given the colonies in Germany, in Turkey. But nothing but what was only given, and nothing you can say this, the coastal areas of Dalmia was given only to Italy, and due to this Italy was dissatisfied with the Treaty of Versailles, and Italy wanted to recapture its own territories again, and not you can't say its own territories, the territories which were promised to him wanted to regain again. Like here you can see that the Treaty of Versailles, Italy could get only southern Tyrol and Trentino, and the coastal regions, only the coastal regions of Dalmatia and Dalmatia. She could get no part of the German and Turkish colonial empires. So Italy was not given any colonies and empires in Germany and Turkey. So this point is clear, I think, my dear. Economic crisis. Now I have said earlier also that war is not an easy thing. Lot of money, lot of investment is required for war, to maintain arms, to maintain army. Their maintenance are a huge amount of invested in the maintenance of the army and the war. Whole the government get demolished. There is economic crisis whenever there is war of any of the country. And at that time Italy suffered heavy loss in terms of life, property, unemployment, trade and commerce, ruined, leading of large scale unemployment. There was a shortage of food grains also, and as the compensation was not given fully to Italy, so the economy was totally damaged. Here now the next point is political instability. Politics, government was also unstable. Government became unstable. Workers used to do strike anytime they want. There was no control over the citizens of the government. Government became very weak. Labor used to do strike anytime they want, and No single party were given the majority. There was not a single man who can won the vote and hearts of the people of the Italy. So 6 time government was formed, but it failed. So it's over, my dear children. Still political instability. We are discontentment after the Treaty of Versailles, economic crisis, political instability. Now here we come with the next point is class conflict. What is class conflict? Class conflict means the difference between the industrialists and the workers. There was a class conflict. Class conflict increased in many countries after the First World War. There was a difference. Gulf between the poorer and richer. The common man had been promised during the war that he would be rewarded with greater attention. What happened after First World War? Nothing was given to the poor people, and the poor people started becoming poorer and poorer, and no attention was given to their economic needs, and the promises were ignored. Common people were embittered. Now you see here the position of common people were becoming bad and worst. Here the promises were made, they were also not followed, they were ignored. And in the First World War, the Indian soldiers were also sent to fight from this Britain for their in First World War. And as they won the war, nothing compensation was given to Indian soldiers. So they were very angry, they were dissatisfied, and they started class conflicts. As you know, the poorer became the poorer and richer became the rich. Rich became the richer. Threat of socialism and communism. What is the meaning of socialism? Socialism means where the worker is the leader, and communism means what there is no value of worker. There is a broad difference between workers and industrialists. Socialist includes the anarchists. The Mussolini had a fear that if the workers become attentive and the workers become clever, and if they unite, they can bring communism. They had a fear of communism, as the Mussolini himself was a member of Socialist Party, but after I think he may have observed that nothing is in the Socialist Party. Mussolini himself was in the Socialist in the beginning, but later he became anti-socialist. He wanted to create his own party and do not have money. And who provided money to Mussolini? These industrialists gave fund to him, because these industrialists also don't wanted to bring socialism. They also wanted to bring communism, and they had a fear. They were thinking, Mussolini was thinking, that once there was a revolution in Russia, that revolution would not come again in Italy. You know what had happened in Russia? There was a revolution where workers fought their right. All industries and government were ruined by the workers. You know how workers are strong. We think workers are nothing, but workers are the pillar of any industries. As you can say that the faculty members, the teachers are the pillar of your school. So like this, my dear children, workers played their Mussolini had a fear of socialism would come, and Mussolini was in favor of communism. Threat of socialism or communism. And what is capitalism? Capitalism in India, we have capitalism. The capitalism means that you can do any of the business you want. You just follow the rules and regulations given by the government. You have to give taxes and do legal business, and government has nothing to do with you. So in India, thank God, in India we have capitalism. So the communists began to devise new plans and overthrowing the government and capturing the power. So this started, and the industrialists viewed the growing strength of the labor unions with alarm and provided financial support. The industrialists provided the financial support to fascism and made Mussolini more strong. Here, failure of League of Nations. As you know, after First World War, no one followed the rules and regulations of rules and regulations of League of Nations. The nations were established to maintain peace in the world and prevent war, but due to having weak records, weak rules and regulations, no one would follow its rules and regulation, and it failed to check the rise of dictatorship. And it acted well in time. The ambitious plan of Mussolini and Hitler would not have materialized. League of Nations failed to stop these two heroes, Mussolini and Hitler. If League of Nations were strong, if it would have taken strong steps against these dictators, this would not raised up and start their dictatorship in Italy and in Germany. But this League of Nations failed. Now, leadership provided by the Mussolini. Yeah, Mussolini. Why I said Mussolini hero? No, you don't think that he was a very good man. He was not a good man. Huh? I said hero because he had a power to do the brainwash of the people. The leadership provided by the Mussolini was very strong. Mussolini played an important role in the history of Italy. He had a charismatic personality. You know what is the meaning of charismatic personality? He had to do, he knows how to do brainwash of the people. He was good in that. He was very good in that. His speeches praised the past glories of Italy and won the faith of the countrymen. Mussolini had a power to attract the people. His speeches were powerful, you know. Everybody followed Mussolini and he was a very good leader. People loved him. You know, some of the leaders, if they start speaking, they speak such a well that we go on listening without any disturbance. That was the thing. The people of the Italy started loving Mussolini by his speeches. Mussolini has a good power to convince people that he will bring the previous glory of the Italy. If someone, the leader says us that I will bring the glory, your lost glory, we all citizens will give the majority to that person only. We all want the glory and the maintenance to be maintained in our country. And you know, one more dialogue was given by this Mussolini. What was that? It was that it's a better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep. This was Mussolini's line. Actually, this line was taken by the Tipu Sultan. It was a line first said by Tipu Sultan, and this Mussolini copied into it in his life. That is better to live as a lion than 100 years as a sheep. So don't live as a coward. You live better one day, but live as a lion. Sher ki tarah jiyo. That's what the fund of Mussolini. Aims of fascism. So we have covered the causes for the rise of fascism, meaning of fascism, and we are going ahead with the aims of fascism. Now here, what was the aim of fascism? Fascism was an antithesis of democracy. What is the meaning of antithesis? Antithesis means opposite. Fascism was, though the meaning of fascism was unity, but its work was totally opposite of democracy. Fascists believed that democracy was not suitable for the country. And what did the fascists believe? That democracy was not suitable for the country because it winds the gulf between the poor and the rich. This democracy brings a gulf between poor and rich. So what do this fascism Mussolini thinks? Mussolini says that there would be no elections, no voting power should be given, and only one man will rule over the whole country and one man will hold the power of the country. So there will be no other party. There will be only totalitarian dictatorship. Here, fascists supposed only one party and one leader. All parties, what was the thinking of Mussolini? That there will be only one party and all parties must end, must fall. I want to see a panorama of ruins around me. Such a beautiful lines he said. The ruins of the other political forces so that fascism may stay gigantic and dominant. Fascism, Mussolini said there will be only one ruler and all people will follow. This will be good. Rather having another 2-3 parties, people will be divided. So if we will have only one party, people will be united and will have only one party and it will be strong. As you can see here, but this symbol of fascism, this Mussolini wanted to explain this, that if we have only one party and we are united, we will be strong. This is the only thing Mussolini wanted to teach the people of his country. Here, number third point, fascist favor equal control over all sections of the society. Yes, this is good. I think some good points are also of Mussolini. Huh? See, favored equal controls because the whole country will be under one leader. They wanted to control capitalist, yeah, good it is, industrialist, labor, landlord, peasant and artisan. So here Mussolini is thinking about landlord, peasant, artisan. It's good. Some few good points also Mussolini have. Huh? I think you are getting, my dear children. Fascists laid stress on nationalism and not an individual institution. So it's good love. You know the meaning of nationalism. That the fascist also says that there should be love towards your nations, live happily among your citizens and follow each other rules and regulations. They believe that the interest of the state must be precedence top over individual interest. Me is saying the love of your nation should be in on the top. It is the good thing that Mussolini said, that any problem if you have in your country, you should come first and take care. You should solve that problem. You should be united and every individual should get the right from the state. Yeah, this is the good point of Mussolini. Now here I don't think this is this point is. We go ahead. Fascists favored aggressive foreign policy and regarded war as an instrument for furthering national interest. So the Mussolini was saying, be ready for any of the wars. You should get ready for that. And we should be strong. We should be equal. Everyone should get the opportunity to stand and live happily with your countrymen. And what was the impact? I think fascism in Italy, this you go through. It's what the same. It's I don't think this is in your syllabus. So we go ahead. The impact of fascism. So what was the impact of the fascism to the citizens? So I'm saying you just own words. Mussolini being a leader. Mussolini had some few good points also. Mussolini was thinking about his country, about only Italy, Rome, and not other countries. Mussolini devoted himself to make Italy a powerful nation. Yeah, this was the good and a good administration. Mussolini wanted to create good administration, rule over army, a good army, and a new government Mussolini wanted to form, and he was thinking about good of the citizen of Italy. And he set up hydroelectric power plants. That was good. Some few good. Mussolini wanted to develop Italy and storage of coal. He brought more lands under cultivation and improve and expand the transport system. Yeah, these were the things that became changed in Italy. Number of measures were undertaken to reduce unemployment. So Mussolini thought about the unemployed people who became unemployed after the First World War. He started giving employment to well-educated person. He think about educations. He wanted to re-establish the improved relations between the capitalist and the workers. He thought about building of roads, bridges, canals, railways, school, hospitals. These were the goods. And he also made effort in elaborating the educations. Many new schools, colleges and libraries were set up. Military training also started. He made military training very compulsory so that everyone should know how to fight, how to protect themselves and how to protect the country. Efforts were made to enhance the naval power, to make better the naval power of Italy, to match it with the naval power of France and Germany. Italy also wanted to become powerful as France and Germany. And The Treaty of Latin was made with the Pope of Mussolini in 1929. In return, Pope was permitted to keep in his possessions the Vatican and the St. Peter's Cathedral. Now here, and you know one thing, the fascist government recognized Roman Catholicism religion as the state religion. What was the religion of Rome? The Roman religions were Catholicism religion as the state religion. Mussolini embarked upon an aggressive foreign policy to receive the past glories. As you know, Mussolini had said that I will bring the past glory which is lost, I will bring that to Italy, Roman Empire, and make Italy great nation again. So these convinced the people of Italy, and people of Italy, the citizens of Italy, started loving Mussolini. Beside this positive impact, so here you can see there were some positive impacts also uh, given by Mussolini. There were many negative effects also of fascism in Italy. There were negative effects also. What was the negative effects? That to curb political freedom, and Mussolini became a dictator. That was the big minus point. Mussolini became the dictator, though he was thinking good of Italy, but the way was wrong. Mussolini started dictatorship, all the military and the civil powers into his own hand. You know, in India there is सबके अलग अलग ministers है. The ministers are controlling the different work, performing, and they are monitoring it. But Mussolini was, there are many leaders in India. We have many leaders. We have many leaders, and every leaders have their own work and they perform, they monitor that. But Mussolini wanted to do everything with his by his own only. He put his power on military and civil powers into his own hand. And the jury system was also under the Mussolini. The jury was abolished. The special courts were set up where the fascist civilian and military officers were empowered to decide political causes. The freedom of speech and organizing meetings was also prohibited. This is not in India. We have full power to give a speech, to stand against, and to put our thoughts in front of the government. But the Italians, the Romans, were not given this power to give their speech, freedom of speech, and this organizing meeting. They were not allowed of this. Mussolini crushed his opponents brutally, and no one has the power to stand against Mussolini. No one had the power to say anything wrong or say anything against regarding Mussolini. So my dear children, you can know here that what had happened, what type of Mussolini was, what type of ruler he was. Though he had some few good points also in making Italy powerful, in developing Italy, but still there were minus points also. There were few peoples who loved Mussolini, but there were some minus point also who made their citizens unhappy. Citizens were not given the full power of speech, freedom of speech, organizing meeting, and the bad thing was Mussolini crushed his opponents. No one had the power to say that he is wrong or he is right. So here one thing, childrens, you learn this thing. This is very important, that this Mussolini, what we studied today, Mussolini had started which party? Fascist party. It was fascism, and it was in Italy. So this Mussolini, fascism, and Italy. This part we studied today. You learn like this. In next part we will study about Hitler and Nazi party in Germany. So this is the table. You take a photo in your mind. Okay, my dear children. So here this part ends. We will start in the next video with the next part, and that we will talk about Hitler and Nazi party in Germany. So you please read the chapter, my dear. Okay, till then, take care. Bye.